You already know what time it is. Let's go Kings. Tonight is game 5 of the first series of the NBA playoffs, and the anticipation is high. It's also crazy. And Sunday's game 4 on ABC 10 was the most watched first round NBA game in 21 years. And as we are getting ready to light that beam tonight, we have a question for you. What Kings player has surprised you the most this year? Just scan that QR code on your screen. Let us know what you think. But before we get to that, I want to get straight outside to Alicia Machado. She is live right now with all those fans waiting to get in. The Golden One Center has thousands of people filing in for the game. We're about just 30 minutes away from tip-off. How's the energy out there, Alicia?
Oh my goodness, Alex, we had a huge rush of fans coming in to get in line to get inside Golden One Center about half an hour ago, and this has not stopped. Take a look at how many fans there are out here today, coming out here to represent the Beam team. So much excitement today. Fans are also getting some little free merch right here from the Sacramento Kings. It's these little white basketballs, just one of the many fun things that you can experience when you come out to a Kings game. But this game is getting ready to tip off in just about half an hour. Fans coming out from near and far. Some people I spoke with driving more than 100 miles just to see the team play at home court. Now we know tonight that this game is highly anticipated, and coming into this, we heard the news from De'Aaron Fox that he had a small fracture. We spoke with fans out here about what they think that will mean for the game. Take a listen.
Well, I think, the injury, we'll see how it goes, how he plays the first quarter. And that'll be really telling tonight, how well he plays. But, I'm confident that he's going to play through it. It's the playoffs. It's game 5. It's a must-win for the Kings, so he's going to do all he needs to do to take him to victory.
Now we know that tickets are pretty expensive, so fans still have an opportunity to come out here and enjoy the atmosphere with other fans at Section 916. It's an area of L Street that's blocked off for fans to come and watch the game for free on some jumbo televisions. There's also food trucks out there, and I can tell you I am dying to dig in. But out here right in front of Golden One Center, I want to take you guys back out here with me. I was able to get one of these little Kings basketballs. They are so fun, and just another way to enjoy this experience and take a little piece of the NBA playoffs home. But fans that I spoke with out here are confident tonight, Alex, that this team will win game 5 and get a chance to continue their momentum into the next round of the NBA playoffs. Alex?
Awesome, Alicia. Thank you so much. And I want to get over to Kevin John, who is inside the Golden One Center. Kevin, this is a very, very pivotal game. How's everyone been getting ready today?
Well, a pivotal game indeed. You can feel the energy of everyone. Thousands of people are coming in right now. We are less than 30 minutes away from tip-off from this pivotal Game 5 between the Kings and the Warriors. And I'm actually going to bring someone over here who is Sacramento proud, none other than Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg. So, Mayor Steinberg, just to see the excitement around Sacramento and this Kings team, what does this mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything to me. It means everything to my city. In part because we've waited so long, and the fans and the city have been so passionate and loyal, and the Kings have been such a big part, and we almost lost the Kings, of course, 10 years ago, that to be here, 2-2 against the defending champs, Game 5, here in the Golden One Center in the heart of our downtown, there's no other place I could be tonight. It's great, and whether you're here or watching on television or listening on the radio, it's a big night for Sacramento.
You mentioned how the Kings almost lost, or Sacramento almost lost the Kings several years back. A lot has been said about the fans, the loyalty of the Kings throughout these 17 long years of this playoff drought. A lot has been said that these are the loudest and most loyal fans in the whole NBA. Can you speak to that?
There is no question about it. Through thick and through thin. Look, I was back there in New York City 10 years ago when the NBA had to make a decision whether the Kings would go to Seattle or they would stay here. And there are many reasons why they said yes to Sacramento. But I will tell you this, it would have not happened if Sacramento did not have a reputation for the most loyal, the most boisterous, the most committed fans in the entire country. That's why we're here tonight.
And I see you sporting a jersey. Do you have a favorite player on the Kings, or you like them all?
I love them all. I mean, how could you not love De'Aaron Fox? And I love Sabonis. And, we got a great team. It's no longer, well, God, wouldn't it be great if we had this piece? We've got a great team. And we're up against the champs, Curry and Clay. But I like the fact we have home court advantage. That's why, coming in third in the West makes a difference. The Warriors were sixth. I think we're going to win this series, and I think it starts tonight. You heard it. Mayor Steinberg said they're going to win the series now. Mayor, I saw you dancing and cutting a rug about 20 minutes ago. I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have any moves for us now? I have no moves, except for this. I'm just excited. I mean, you got to dance. You got to move. You got to be happy. You got to smile. This is a great night. So here we go. Oh. Let's go. Oh. Go Kings. Oh. Okay. There you go. He's a dancing mayor. Mayor Steinberg right here. His energy is infectious. Well, I don't know how else to follow that up, but I'll send it back to you, Alex. I'll have much more tonight from Game 5 at 11 o'clock on ABC 10.
Kevin, I expect to see you dancing tonight, too. All right, thank you so much. And Devin Troopy is in downtown, where fans also dancing, rallying at the 916 zone to support the Kings. How are things looking out there, Devin?
Alex, the 916 zone starting to fill up. The Jumbotrons are on, and the line to get in the zone, it stretches all the way out into the intersection on L Street right now. But fans are really looking for those shady spots. Those are going first. And we're here with some longtime King fans. Tell me, it's a clean slate. How do you like our odds for tonight?
Oh, we have great odds. We're at home. We're about to win this game, probably go to Golden State, let them get the win so we can come back home and cheer with the Game 7 victory.
Fans would rather win it at home for sure. We've got some younger Kings fam here. What's been your favorite part so far, guys?
Beam?
Yeah, the beam.
All right, Alex, and I got to take you over here. We got a friend group that is divided. We're going to give it to our Warrior fan first. How confident are you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm feeling very confident. It's a 3-game series now. We get a fresh start, we get that new opportunity to attack and to hopefully steal home court first.
And we're repping some De'Aaron Fox jerseys. How confident are you feeling about your man's performance tonight?
I think De'Aaron will realize how important this game is for the Kings, not only for the team but for the fans. And even if De'Aaron isn't 100%, I think Davion will come in. Davion will help him out. He'll keep those point guard minutes in. And
thank you. There's some expert analysis there from our super fan Alex. The 916 zone alive and well and starting to heat up, hopefully like our Sacramento Kings tonight. Alex.
Awesome, Devin. Thank you so much. All right, there is a sea of purple everywhere you look, but it wasn't always like that. So how'd the Beam team actually get its colors? That's all after the break. So from fan merchandise to that bright light in the sky, Sacramento has been a sea of purple lately. And of course, we love to see it. But it got us wondering, how did the Beam team get its colors in the first place? So, Walt Gray, he got to the bottom of it. Take a look.
There has been much said about the Sacramento Kings in the past year, so let's add more. The team's color scheme of purple, black, and white. What's the history here? Let's walk it back. The Rochester Royals were the original franchise team, and they started a long trend in the 50s of light blue and red colors. That color palette continued all the way into the team's move to Sacramento in 1985, with the baby blue and white uniforms fashioned by the likes of the stylish Reggie Theus, as the club looked good, but wins were few. Because the baby blues got associated with losing, then Kings management in 1993 wanted to change up the look, perhaps feeling new clothes would create a winning vibe. Now we'll get back to that. So the NBA sent new color suggestions to the Kings that ended up looking a lot like the Cavaliers' burgundy unis, so no, that look was already well worn. It's also the color scheme that a local NFL team has already rocked, so the Kings said no, let's get away from anything reddish burgundy. So it all changed in 1994 when the Kings decided after much testing to make purple and black their primary colors. Was it because purple was a royal color? Yes and no. Truth be told, the Kings liked the color of the then expansion baseball Colorado Rockies unis, And that purple seemed to be a fan favorite for merchandising sales. So believe it true, these purple baseball uniforms sold the Kings on their current look. But some people just think the Kings need to pick something and stay with it.
I wish they'd quit evolving. You know, I think they went through every color in the scheme, and I really don't like, I'm old school, as you can tell, or maybe a curmudgeon. But yeah, at some point, pick your colors and stay with them, you know?
Sacramento was always a basketball city long before the Kings ever stepped foot here. So after the break, we're going back to a point in time when Sacramento's Japantown teams reigned supreme. Well, before DOCO and the Golden One Center were around, the area used to be Sacramento's Japantown. They even had their own men's and women's basketball teams. Take a look.
Basketball has long been a rich part of Sacramento's history. Before De'Aaron Fox, DeMontis Sabonis, and even Chris Webber ever donned a Kings basketball jersey, downtown Sacramento was home to a different basketball team. More than 100 years ago, right across from where Golden One Center stands now was Japantown, an area that spanned several city blocks, filled with shops for immigrants from Japan to gather. It was also home to a men's and women's basketball team. Mary Muchida remembers it well.
This is Wakaba's. It's First League or something like that. I know this is my uncle, but
the teams played in a church gym.
It's a regular size basketball court. We could have like plus bleachers on either side.
Amy Amiko Kamikawa Wong was one of the women's team's players when she was 17.
This one here. We didn't have any money to buy uniforms, so we had to make our own.
The teams even traveled for games selling hot dogs to raise money.
we're talking about the 1920s and 30s. And you know, that was during the Depression era, where they got the money to send them. Because they even went to Seattle, Los Angeles, they went to the Bay Area.
Community support for basketball that started more than a century ago, living on today.
Now, Sacramento was known, the guys who played basketball.
All right, thank you so much, Devin. And ABC 10 Originals recently took a deep dive into Japantown and other areas of Sacramento. So you can find our series, Segregating Sacramento, on our website at abc10.com/tothepoint. All right, here are some other stories that people are talking about today. One person is dead and several others are hurt after an Amtrak train ran into a car in Fairfield. The Fairfield Fire Department says the train was going east when it hit a vehicle. That vehicle then hit a second vehicle. Multiple people were taken to the hospital and one person died. Nearly 60 cats were rescued from a hoarding situation in Sacramento. Front Street Shelter is now looking for homes and says that the cats will be fixed, chipped, and vaccinated, and Field Haven Feline Center will give advice to adopters. So you can check out the links at abc10.com for more information. Just go to our links section there. And German company Bosch is investigating $1.5 billion at a site in Roseville, acquiring Roseville-based USTSI Semiconductors. The building will be remodeled and will sit right next to the Amazon warehouse in Roseville off of Pleasant Grove and Foothills Boulevard. Production on that will start in 2026. All right, let's get things outside and check in with Monica. Warmer weather coming up on the way, huh?
I know, certainly is, especially for all those fans heading into the arena for Golden One. You can see 83 degrees for our pregame. That's going to be in just about a half hour or so. Halftime will be at 77 by the time everybody's leaving, about 70 degrees. So it's really not going to be that super cold evening for us. Beautiful conditions for everybody watching outside as well. Highs today, upper 80s, well above that average high of 75 degrees, and we're going to be even warmer for tomorrow. A few of us hit 90 for the first time this year. Fairfield and Oroville, more widespread 90s, though, ahead for tomorrow. Unfortunately, that does pose some risks, not only for heat risks, but also for rapid snowmelt. We'll be monitoring a lot of the rivers, as well creeks and streams flowing a little bit higher, and any low water crossings could be flooded as well. Lots to watch over the weekend. Those temperatures are quite cold throughout our rivers, anywhere from about 50 to 60 degrees. That's cold enough to really lose muscle control within about 10 minutes or so if you happen to be in that water. It is colder than the San Francisco Bay Area water at 58 degrees, so our local rivers are icy cold right now. We've got a couple of brewing weather systems off the coast. As we head into the end of our weekend, they will be impacting this warm weather pattern. We've got our high pressure ridge taking control of our weather through at least Sunday, and then that low moves in and we get likely cooler and wetter for the first week of May. Hard to believe next week is May already. Highs in the 60s for the Sierra tomorrow, close to 90 for parts of the foothills. Pollock Pines holding at 79 degrees. Quincy, we're at 83. Warm across the coast. We're in the 70s for San Francisco. Head inland, we're right back into the 90s. And again, tomorrow, our first day of widespread 90s throughout the valley after morning lows in the 50s. Our 5-day forecast region-wide. It's a warming weather pattern into the weekend, becoming breezy Sunday into Monday. And that's our transition day as we head into the 70s and a chance of rain next week.
And we've got some big things coming up on ABC 10 here. So tune in tomorrow and Friday night for the NFL draft. And I also want to show you what we're working on for next week, too. The new reality of increased security in schools following the increase of mass shootings nationwide. Now, a school that we spoke to out in Vacaville is crediting its abundance of safety technology as a major factor of its students' high performance. Take a look.
No one ever thought that a huge focus would have to be on the safety and support of students, but what we know is that students won't learn unless they feel safe and supported on campus.
It's definitely a big thing. Like, you know, when I was younger, I never really thought I'd have to think about this until now.
Do you have a tinge of concern at all when you send them off for the day?
I think every parent has those fears because you hear so much in the news about what's going on in the country or around the world, and your kids are the biggest thing in your life. Every day that you drop them off at school, there is that in the back of your mind, like, I want them to be okay today.
We can't just rely on outside support anymore, that we have to be proactive.
We have 58 security cameras on campus. You have to be buzzed in to our front gate before you can get onto campus. We're going to continue looking at new and innovative ways to address school safety, but all of that is done so that the students don't have to think about it at all.
All right, so you can catch that story and much more next week right here on To The Point. And after the break, we'll have your Kings comments. Hands down, one of the best parts of this playoff series has been getting to hear from all of you at home. You have shared so many memories that you and your families have with the Kings. And here's what just some of you had to say.
It's not even just about the basketball. It's the moments that you have with your family.
We had floor tickets to the Jazz game when the mailman was playing. He was my guy, right? But I'm like 8 months pregnant or maybe 9, right? We're sitting on the floor. So I said, the mailman, whatever, I said something. And he winked at me. And my husband got up and left and walked.
I was a couple years out of high school. My grandpa took me to the old barn in like '86, I think. And that was my first Kings game.
You know, when we were raising our kids, we weren't always able to go to a Kings game because we just, you know, at that time couldn't afford to buy the tickets to go to the Kings game. So we used to bring it alive and go to his mom and dad's house over in South Sac. And we used to line all the bobblehead dolls up.
You know, I came from the era of the Weber, Bibby, Lawrence Funderburk, Bloody Divock, John Berry, all those guys, the pioneers.
The Rockets game, gosh, I want to say it was like 2015. I got to go with my entire family. We have 13 people in our family. It was like just one of the most surreal moments.
I have all adult kids and they all go, and I have grandkids that are just diehard Kings fans. Even my granddaughter, when we were going to the first playoff game, she said, I want to see the Kings. I want to go too. They're all excited about it. I mean, it's just going to go on through the generations. This is going to be a long family tradition.
Oh my gosh, I love all those pictures. So cute. And before we go, we have been asking you which Kings player has surprised you the most this season and who's your standout player. So let's go ahead and read some of your comments. We have Malik Monk, of course. Yes, amazing player. Someone else for Malik Monk here, number 0, of course. We have another viewer writing in, Sabonis. Of course, he has been an all-star standout player as well. Every guy has really been a standout player. Davion Mitchell and Alex Len. We have someone else writing in saying all of them. They're all doing great. Hands down, 100% agree. Someone else saying that the Kings player that has surprised me the most is Fox. And we love to see your comments. Keep them coming. You can just scan that QR code on your screen. Let us know who your standout player is and love sharing all of your photos and pictures. Now, Game 5, it tips off in just about 5 minutes or so. So we're going to end with one of the anthems of this series and have Sacramento's Young Zell play us out tonight. Like the Beam. Let's go, Kings.
Tell them like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now.
Hey, it's Alex. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really love hearing from everyone, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. Reach out to me on Facebook at AlexBellTV, or you can email me at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send me a text message at 916-321-3310.